I know I already touched on this subject, but I felt like I had to say more. What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So over the last few days, there's been a lot of videos coming out by black content creators. And when you look at a lot of the titles of the videos, they're saying, another reason blacks are afraid of Mexicans in LA, or blacks in Southern California are scared of Mexicans. And they don't believe that. The content creators that are putting those titles, they don't agree with that. They don't believe that. But it gets people emotional. It gets people to click. It also gets people to leave comments. And a lot of the comments are very hateful. Where did this come from? Well, what was it? 6 months, a year ago? Snoopy Badass, in order to go viral, he made a statement. He expounded on that statement. And all kinds of videos came out. And then, about a month or two later, he came out and said the Mexicans were the ones that were really afraid. So he doubled down. Just trying to go viral. Just trying to get clicks. Trying to get people emotional. So, this thing happened the other day in the Avalons. Again, I pointed it out in my last video, and I'm going to point it out again here. The channel was called South Central Audit. Go check out the channel. First Amendment auditors, they see cops pulling somebody over, they pull their camera out, they make sure everything's legit. They also stand in places and film, and a lot of times people, for some reason, feel like they have to approach them, then the cops get called, and then it's all about the First Amendment. That's what they're doing. These cops were in that neighborhood for whatever reason. This dude saw, found out, whatever, pulled his camera out. His thing was exposing the cops. Look at any First Amendment auditor's channel. TikTok, IG, YouTube, they all do the same thing. For some reason, this auditor and this youngster from Avalon got into some words. I see all these content creators, none of them Raza, not one of them Raza, calling the auditor a Southsider, and even crazier, calling him a Sureño. I didn't hear the auditor bang a neighborhood on the youngster from Avalon. I didn't hear him say Southside. I didn't hear him say Trece. I didn't hear him say nothing that would make me believe, or anyone else believe, that he was a gang member, let alone a Sureño. That word means something. That thing is earned. That title is earned. And I promise you, ain't nobody that earned that title running around being a First Amendment auditor. To me, again, it's to get people inflamed. It's to pour gas on a flame. Why? Why are content creators doing that? What is the agenda? Because I know not one of us content creators are going to be on the front line for none of that. I'm not in the streets. I'm not a criminal no more. But I always preach that we should at least have harmony amongst the black and brown communities. There shouldn't be no hatred. There's enough suffering in both communities. There's enough strife and struggle in both communities. For some reason, Somebody wants to see something kick off in LA between the black and brown communities. And they know that if that happens in LA, it could easily and quickly spill over to other areas. I don't see anybody winning if that happens. Not anybody in either one of them communities. Not at all. The CDCR, yeah. The DAs, yeah. The cops, yes. Fill all them bunks back up. Everybody that's been getting out of prison, yeah. Start something like that up. Let's fill them cells back up. Because an auditor, a First Amendment auditor, went somewhere. Now, I don't know what words were exchanged. I do believe that youngster from Avalon, something happened for him to say what he said. The Avalons get along good with the Playboys. And I want to say this too. I really gave thought to why would the older dude from Avalon post the video of them holding court? That's what they called it. I don't know. That's the term they use. Why would he post them holding court for that youngster? And the only thing that I could come up with, and I know like Damien, I know Damien's pissed. Cartoon from Avalon, he's pissed. I know a lot of dudes are pissed. And it's true. The Raza, they would have never done that. They might discipline him behind the scenes, let it be known that he got dealt with. But a public apology out here on social media, no, I don't see that. So that's why I kept kicking it around in my head. Like, why would this older dude, why would he put that out there on the internet about his own homeboy? Why would he make him apologize publicly? And the only thing that I could come up with was he did it out of love for his little homie. And I know people are like, what love? What the hell? Maybe he thought that the extent of the disrespect that that youngster showed, the breadth of the disrespect, that somebody might take him out. And so he decided, I'm going to do this, and hopefully it'll save the little homie's life. That's the only conclusion I can come up with. Do I think it was right to air that out? I don't. I stick to that. I don't. Everybody's neighborhood business should be their neighborhood business. It shouldn't be on the internet. It shouldn't be on social media at all. I just really... Look, man. I get it, man. I get it. Over the last almost a year now, something shifted in YouTube. And everybody's views got cut in half. Even Mr. Beast, Penguin Zero, these big YouTubers, everybody's views got cut in half. And I noticed lately, there's been a lot of race baiting. There's been a lot of rage baiting. There's been a lot of negativity. And someone will get hurt. At some point, someone will get hurt. I want to be wrong about that. Believe me, I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I don't want to see anybody go to prison over some stupid ass stuff. But stupid stuff been happening for a long time. And people been going away for a long time. I just wanted to just put my 2 cents out there again, man, where I get why people are calling that auditor a Southsider and a Sureño. It's to get people offended, emotionally involved, pissed off. I don't believe the blacks are afraid of the Mexicans. I don't believe the Mexicans are afraid of the blacks. I also don't believe that Raza is racist towards the blacks. I hear that so many times. And to me, it's a cop-out. There was something that happened over 30 years ago in Southern California. And people still bring it up. Nothing like that is going on and hasn't gone on in a long time. But when people put out these videos intentionally inflaming emotions, you may have blood on your hands at some point, man. And if your conscience is clear, that says a lot about you. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.